Every morning, you wake up with a finite amount of mental energy. You plan to use it for big projects, creative ideas, important conversations. Yet by lunchtime, a familiar fog begins to roll in. Your focus feels scattered, your motivation wanes, simple tasks suddenly feel monumental. You might blame it on a poor night's sleep or on a lack of coffee, but the true culprit is something less obvious. A quiet drain on your willpower, one tiny choice at a time. This is decision fatigue, the hidden thief robbing your productive present self. We celebrate infinite choice as freedom, but that abundance has a steep cognitive cost. From the moment your alarm rings, decisions pile up. Hit snooze? What to wear? Breakfast? Which email first? Each tiny choice chips away at your mental reserves. Your brain treats picking a shirt like devising a complex business strategy. Same well of willpower. By midday it's running low. The consequences are real. Low mental energy breaks self-control. You procrastinate on important work and reach for social media instead. You're more prone to impulse purchases and to unhealthy food choices. Creativity fades. No mental space for deep thought. Low-grade mental exhaustion makes life harder, turning opportunities into obligations and passions into chores. This isn't a personal failing, it's systemic. Too many choices. The good news, you can reclaim that energy. Fight the fog. Restore focus. The answer isn't more discipline, it's the opposite. Reduce the number of daily decisions. Create systems that eliminate trivial choices, preserving mental resources for work and for the people who matter. Build a framework where focus is default. Design life to support your goals, not deplete you. It's possible to change this. To combat the relentless drain of decision fatigue, I propose a simple but powerful framework, the 35 decision rule. Think of this as a daily budget for your mind. You are allocated approximately 35 meaningful decisions per day. This number is not a rigid, scientific law. It's a deliberate constraint to make you more mindful of where you spend your cognitive capital. It forces you to question which choices are truly necessary and which are simply noise. Treat your decisions like a finite resource, and you naturally become more selective. You begin to see the true cost of deliberating over trivial matters. Each small choice subtracts from your capacity for the big ones. The power of this rule is exposing the hidden costs of modern life. Our brain's executive function, the part that makes choices, plans, and regulates impulses, is like a muscle. It gets tired with overuse. Every time you decide what to watch on a streaming service, which brand of toothpaste to buy, or how to phrase a simple text message, you are doing a mental repetition. 1 or 2 reps are easy, hundreds lead to exhaustion. The 35 decision rule is your cognitive personal trainer. So you don't waste strength on warm-ups and have plenty for the main event. Adopt this mental model and shift from endless options to intentional limitation. Instead of asking, what are all my possibilities? You start asking, is this decision essential? That change in framing is transformative. It encourages systems and habits that make choices for you, automating the mundane so your conscious mind can soar. Not a boring life, but curated attention. You consciously invest your best thinking into your highest priorities, growing your business, being a more present parent, honing your creative craft. At first, limiting choices can feel restrictive, but the opposite is true. It's a pathway to a higher freedom from the trivial. Without 1,000 tiny forks, you gain clarity and stamina to navigate the major intersections. This rule doesn't shrink your world, it expands your capacity, clearing the fog so you can see the path ahead. Implementing the 35 decision rule is a practical process, not an abstract idea. I call the method the decision diet, and it is built upon 4 simple, actionable pillars: audit, automate, delegate, default. These steps provide a clear roadmap for systematically identifying and eliminating unnecessary choices that clutter your mind and drain your energy. Just like a nutritional diet helps you be more conscious of what you put into your body, the decision diet helps you become more conscious of what you put into your brain. Each pillar works in concert to reduce your cognitive load, freeing you to operate at your peak. The first pillar is to audit your decisions. You cannot improve what you do not measure. For a single day, carry a small notebook or use a notes app on your phone and log every single decision you make. Choosing to check your email. Deciding on a podcast for your commute. Write it down. At the end of the day, count them up. You will likely be astonished to find your total far exceeds 35. This audit is not meant to induce guilt, it is a diagnostic tool. It provides a clear, data-driven picture of where your mental energy is leaking, highlighting the repetitive, low-impact choices ripe for elimination. For example, an executive might find she spends 15 decisions a day just managing her inbox. The second pillar is to automate the recurring. Once your audit reveals patterns, you can begin to build systems that make these choices for you. Automation is about creating a rule once, so you never have to spend mental energy on that choice again. This is where structure becomes liberating. For instance, a creator could automate her content schedule by deciding to post on the same 2 days every week, eliminating the daily debate. A parent could automate morning routines by creating a simple, visual checklist for their child. An even simpler automation is a wardrobe uniform. Owning several versions of the same comfortable professional outfit removes the daily, what should I wear, dilemma entirely. The third pillar is to delegate the doable. It is a common misconception that effective people do everything themselves. In reality, they are masters of delegation. Identify tasks and decisions that do not require your unique expertise and hand them off. This could be professional or personal. At work, a manager can empower a team member to make logistical decisions for a project. At home, you can delegate meal planning to a partner or even a meal kit service. For parents, this can be as simple as giving a child the choice between 2 pre-approved snacks, option 1, option 2, which delegates the final decision while still maintaining control. Delegation is not a sign of weakness, it is a mark of strategic leadership in your own life. Finally, lean on defaults. Instead of deciding what to do when you feel tired or unfocused, have a predetermined action. Your default could be, if I feel my attention drifting, I will stand up and stretch for 5 minutes. This replaces a moment of indecisive struggle with an automatic, productive reset. Throughout the day, keep a rough tally of your conscious decisions. When faced with a trivial choice, ask yourself, is this worth one of my 35? At the end of the day, reflect. Section 4. Your 24-hour challenge. Putting the rule into practice. Theory is useful, but action is what creates change. To truly understand the power of the decision diet, you need to experience it. I challenge you to undertake a 24-hour experiment this week. Your mission is simple. Live one full day by the 35 decision rule. This short-term challenge is low stakes and shows immediate benefits. The goal is not perfection but awareness. Notice how preserving mental energy affects focus, productivity, and well-being. Prepare the night before. Lay out your clothes, decide breakfast, decide lunch, pack your work bag, pack your gym bag, front-load decisions when not under pressure. Wake up with a clean slate. Your morning will feel smoother and less chaotic. Start the day with momentum, not a deficit. On the day, apply the pillars. Automation. Commit to a work style. Example, no notifications for the first 2 hours for deep work. Delegation, hand off one small decision. Example, an executive asks their assistant to handle scheduling. Example, a parent lets their partner decide the family evening plans. Even a small delegation frees a valuable mental slot. Defaults, predetermine actions for low-focus moments. Example default, if attention drifts, stand and stretch for 5 minutes. Keep a rough tally of your conscious decisions throughout the day. When faced with a trivial choice, ask, is this worth one of my 35? At the end of the day, reflect. How did you feel at 3 p.m. compared to a normal day? Was your thinking clearer? Were you more decisive on the things that mattered? Section 5. From foggy to focused. The freedom of fewer choices. The conclusion many people draw from their 24-hour challenge is both surprising and liberating. Limiting choices does not lead to a restrictive life, but to a more empowered one. The brain fog that felt like an unavoidable part of modern work was, in fact, a symptom of cognitive overload. By intentionally curating your decisions, you are not closing doors to opportunity. You are building a wider, more stable hallway to the doors that truly matter. The energy you save by not deliberating over your lunch choice is the same energy you can now invest in solving a difficult problem or being fully present with your family at the dinner table. This approach is particularly transformative for professionals whose value is tied to the quality of their thinking. An executive who automates their daily schedule and delegates administrative tasks frees up immense mental bandwidth for high-level strategy and leadership. A creator who defaults to a consistent creative routine bypasses the friction of procrastination and channels their energy directly into their art. A parent who systematizes morning and evening routines tames the chaos, allowing them to be a calm, patient, and responsive guide for their children, rather than a frazzled manager of logistics. The Decision Diet is a universal tool that can be customized to any role or lifestyle. You may still fear that you are losing spontaneity or freedom, but true freedom is not the ability to choose from a million mediocre options. It is the capacity to pursue your highest goals with clarity and vigor. A rigid morning routine does not imprison you. It frees you from the daily indecision of what to do first. A simple wardrobe does not make you boring. It gives you back the 5 or 10 minutes of mental energy you used to spend staring into your closet. This is about being the architect of your day, not a passive respondent to its endless demands. You choose your limits, so you can be limitless, where it counts. The journey to mental clarity begins with a single step. You do not need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start small. Pick one pillar of the Decision Diet to implement this week. Audit your choices for just one day. Automate your breakfast for the next 3 days. Delegate one task at work tomorrow. These small, consistent actions build momentum. Over time, these habits will compound. Your days feel lighter, your thinking sharper, and your accomplishments greater. You will have traded the anxiety of the trivial for the focus of the essential. Start today. Before, after montage. Distracted morning focus kun see. Voor we Jared so nan. Bobens frarig stan din sign see. Present family moments. Subscribe to this channel for more videos and don't forget to turn on the notification bell.